back to Arsenal News TV, and today's latest transfer headline is Chelsea great Eden Hazard makes surprising Arsenal admission. Eden Hazard has spoken about his childhood, and the former Chelsea star has made quite an admission. So the reports are stating that the Chelsea great Eden Hazard has made a surprising admission after revealing he followed Arsenal closely as a young football fan. The Belgium international shone during his 7 seasons at Stamford Bridge, winning a wealth of honours, including the Europa League in his last match for the Blues. While it was Hazard's starring performances that sunk the Gunners in that final in Baku, Hazard's comments suggest his boyhood self may not have been pleased with the result. Thankfully for Chelsea fans though, Hazard's liking of their London rivals was down to the fact that he followed French footballers closely, and at that time Arsenal boasted a number of Les Bleus national side. When I was little, the team I watched the most was the French national team. For me, the players I looked up to were Zinedine Zidane and Thierry Henry, he told on the front foot. It's difficult for me to admit because of my relationship with Chelsea, but I really liked the Arsenal team at that time. They had players like Robert Perez, Sylvain Wiltord and Patrick Vieira, so it was mainly French players that I followed growing up. Hazard also spoke about the injury issues that have plagued him since he moved to Real Madrid in 2019, and, despite the frustrations, is remaining positive. I'm lucky that when I'm injured and stuck at home, I have my family to get me through. It's not the end of the world for me because I can spend time with my kids. When you're alone and injured, it can be tough, but I'm lucky that I have my family to support me. When you're injured, there's only so much you can do. You can work to get better faster, but the injuries I have had to take just time to heal. I just have to wait, work hard to get better, and when I'm home, I can enjoy the time with my family. So the latest report suggesting Eden Hazard is that Eden Hazard makes a surprising Arsenal admission, and he talks a lot about him being a young football fan and, more importantly, someone that followed Arsenal as a football team very closely. In terms of Eden Hazard, he's won a lot of things at Stamford Bridge, he's won a lot of things at Chelsea. He's even shone during those 7 seasons at Stamford Bridge. He was one of the top players at all times in my opinion. He's won a wealth of honours, including the Europa League in his last match. And as an Arsenal fan, that's one of the hardest things I can take in right now. That could have been the turning point in our career, turning point in our season, turning point in our literal life basically. But it turned out Chelsea were the bigger team and the better team in my opinion. They're not the bigger team, the better team in that day, and Eden Hazard was pivotal when it comes to those results. But when it comes back to Hazard, he was someone that really enjoyed the Gunners because of players such as these French players he's really interested in, such as Henry, such as Patrick Vieira, and also at that time had so many good French players going at the time. Even Arsene Wenger was French at that time as well. So for someone like Hazard, who's French himself but plays for Belgium, we'll watch those sorts of players and learn from those what they have skills, and I think that's something that we can see. But for me, if this is suggesting any rumours to a transfer move to Arsenal, I would say 100% no. You know why? Because we got the likes of Willian, who's sitting there doing nothing for us. You got the likes of Luiz, he's partly been alright. Then we got the likes of other players such as Petr. Really, come on, what did he do for the club? So I don't want another Chelsea player that's been there, that's done it, and then wants to come here just to pay off their end of their contract and just get a huge sum of money. I don't want that to be our club. And I think hopefully Arsenal don't go for Eden Hazard, someone that can cement that left wing position for him. But you got the likes of nicolas, Pepe, who's starting to pop off. You got the likes of aubameyang, who can play there as well. You got the likes of other players like bukayo, saka, young players such as Reece Nelson. You can all come through, and I don't want to see another Willian in the team. And unfortunately, even though how much of an amazing player Eden Hazard was, and he was 10 times better than what Willian ever was, I wouldn't want to see him at Arsenal because I don't think he's injury prone. Even though he can put glimpses of magic, he's struggling at Real Madrid, and we don't want another injury prone player at Arsenal. And hopefully mikel doesn't get signs from Eden Hazard's claims regarding Arsenal, and doesn't mean that this is another transfer link to the Gunners. So hopefully this transfer won't happen at Arsenal. In my opinion, I wouldn't want to see Eden Hazard at Arsenal. I wish before, but not now. But other than that, guys, stay tuned for the next video. Remain blessed and peace.